you with it, drop it.
Hello and welcome back to the Petty Parlor. I'm your host Jasmine.
And I'm Bree.
And today we're going to be talking about the stuff we keep talking about, unfortunately. Because, you know, we're just so popular when you don't have kids. Like, they just really want to talk about you all the time. But basically the topic for today is about single people or childless people wanting more child-free spaces. So it's really what we're going to get into today. I know there's always been videos circulating around. I've seen a few recently. Once again, there was a girl talking about how she wanted to be in child-free apartments and people were all up in arms and blah, blah, blah. And here to tell you, I agree. Okay. I also would like child-free apartments for several reasons that we will get into. How about you with the topic?
Yeah, I'm not in an apartment anymore, but when I did live in an apartment, I don't know if y'all know this, but y'all's kids are loud, okay? And it's too much on the people who don't have kids to have to live with all that stomping, hollering, and the like, and wrestling and stuff upstairs and stuff, body slamming each other on the ground and directly above my room for whatever reason. It's too loud and too crazy. And also, when I was a child, I was the same, and I would have hated to live under me and my brother. So I completely agree and concur that there should be child-free apartments.
Should be, and we don't have to stop there, okay? Which we'll get into. But yeah, I've always felt this way. Even when I was, living with my siblings and stuff, I was like, people with children should always be on the ground level. Okay, they should not be on the second, third, fourth floor of places. Unless it's like a condominium or something where you can't really hear. It's so padded because there's so many people. You don't know where the noise coming from. But outside of that, like my apartment is only 2 levels. There should be no children up above me. Okay? It's very annoying. They're much louder than we think. And children can't really control their stomps. They throw tantrums all the time. Like, you. Okay? I usually only am on the ground floor myself, which I do take into account. Yes, I know I'm on the ground floor. I'm taking that risk already of someone living above me having noise. So there's a certain amount of noise that's acceptable, but the amount of noise that children make is not where my limit is. It's where my limit stops. Okay. I particularly live on the ground floor just because stairs are a trigger for my heart condition. So I can't be going up and down stairs like that. I need to be on the ground floor, unless there's an elevator or something in the apartments. So that's my thing with it. But yeah, I feel like if I had kids, I would not want to be above anyone either, because they're probably going to be pissed off at me and want to like bang on it. But also, if all of you child people were in your own child or children apartments, you guys understand one another, and you won't have to deal with us cranky old single people complaining and banging our brooms or whatever up above with that. So we can all just live in peace. There's other living situations that people don't complain about it being that way. So I don't know why you guys are mad because we're asking for child-free living spaces. There's senior living for the 65 plus. There's college housing, university thing where you have to be a student to live in certain areas. So I don't see why we can't have child-free apartments.
We should be able
Makes a lot of sense.
We should have child-free apartments in addition to child-free everything. There should be multiple things where kids
separation
aren't.
Yeah, you should not be that. I don't want access because I'm not a pervert or a pedophile. I don't want to be around kids like that. There's a reason why I don't have that. But I feel like people without kids have a lot of access to people with kids, and I don't fuck with that. I don't think that's cool. So
I think it's weird, but also like I think y'all are more weird because you get upset when people say that they want child-free stuff. And like you should want, as a person with children, to be in an area where you feel like, okay, everyone who's here is, a parent and their children or whatever the case may be. And so we, one, like understand each other. Two, your kids can have more friends around their apartments. You can feel safer because you know that Not saying that other parents aren't, trash and be doing all kinds of weird shit, because they definitely do. But you should be able to feel a little bit better that, like, okay, my kids are being, like, are able to be outside or around the apartment.
Better community, more village.
Exactly, more of a village situation. And you shouldn't be upset that people who don't have kids don't want
to deal with your shit.
Don't want to be around kids like that. Kids are loud and they're obnoxious.
Yes.
Okay? They have a whole bunch of stuff going on, and unless you are a parent or a family member of a child, you're not, like, inclined to want to be. And first of all, I like my nephew. I don't like other people's kids. Okay, let that be known. Other people's kids, I mean, like, my nephew, he's my nephew. You know what I'm saying? Been with me the whole time. I know this baby. I don't know that baby. So, I think you guys should be happy that we want this for ourselves and not get all up in arms about it and be weird. It's very strange.
It is. Like, not everything has to be for everybody. Not everything is supposed to be for everybody. A lot of rules and things come in place when you have to have this type of cohabitation living, because certain things kids can do, certain things they can't, I gotta watch out for the school bus when the school, comes around, which I do know. I live by a high school, so it's
same.
I understand. Okay.
Outside, blocking my way when I went to work every time. When I come out the gates,
it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But also in your community or apartments or whatever, it's like, if you have a community pool and all that kind of stuff, it's like they close at 10, everybody got a hush, heads in beds, all this kind of stuff. And if everybody that lived there was child-free and older, we
could be partying.
We could be out there, like,
clubbing.
I know it's 2 a.m. out here in these streets, but we out here, having a great time. And I wouldn't even say just like kid, but I would be fine if people were like, listen, I want these apartments to only be like 21 to 40 because with childless people or whatever, because we want to be up all night, and then these other people, they're 40 plus, they don't want to be up on, listen, I don't want to be up on night. If y'all loud making noise at the pool by my window, which is my situation in my old apartment, midst of the night when other people, I gotta go to work, it's a weekday, you tripping, I would have been like, hey, shut the fuck up down there. So I might be one of those old crotchety people that would be like, hey, head
I feel like instead of a credit check, it should be a child check and a demographic check. Because I do look at neighborhood demographics when I go to a place. I'm like, oh, this is a college town. It's a bunch of like 18 to 21-year-olds. I don't want to be in that environment. I need the grown people, Or if I'm like, oh, there's a big thing about schools over here that's going to be way more kids, But yeah, if apartments just start advertising like, hey, we take X amount of people. This is our demographic. Come through if you are aligned to that. Cool. And I also feel like no one talks about this, but I think security deposits are higher in apartments that have to accept children. And why should single people, childless people, have to pay more in their security deposit? Because there's going to be kids in there.
That makes sense, because kids be ruining the furniture and ruining the walls, paint on the walls, color, all this kind of stuff, be breaking stuff, all this kind of stuff. So it makes perfect sense if the security deposit was higher, but I don't got any kids, so my security deposit
needs to drop it low.
Should be low. Okay.
And I hate that I have to pay extra every month to live with my dog, but y'all ain't gotta pay extra to have these kids, these 5, 6, 7, 8 kids in this 2-bedroom apartment.
If you have multiple kids and are still apartment living, priorities. Okay, you should be getting a house. Okay, for all your millions of children. All right, get your priorities together. Don't have any more kids until you can go be in a house.
And I know in the comments of that girl's video, they were saying, well, just get a house if you're child. Why should me as a childless person paying bills on my own? I don't get no tax breaks. I don't get no breaks on other things. I'm paying everything myself, solo dolo. Why should I go pay more and get more in debt for a house when it's just me? Whereas someone who's got kids in a relationship or whatever has more income coming in, they're getting the tax breaks for the kids every year. you should go get a house.
Right.
I shouldn't be forced to go get a house.
I was forced to go get a house because I couldn't stand that apartment living anymore because everybody was loud, kids was everywhere, people was fighting. I was like, I gotta be somewhere else. Like, so I got a house for that reason, but I shouldn't have had to. Also, I worked in a mortgage company at the time, so I had a discount on my rates, and it was fantastic. So, but now I'm stuck in that rate because the price of houses is sky high, and I would never get that rate again. So I gotta live there forever now. So it's the bottom line. But yeah, you guys should start thinking about getting a house so you have children, and not be worried about your apartment living. Get your priorities in order. Yeah. But I like that. I would also say, another side note, I would like some discrimination based on political beliefs. But if you can do that,
Since people who voted for Trump,
this housing only, and that housing should be run down and should not be dependent upon
they should be
pay extra taxes in that housing. The other housing,
they get his grocery bills.
Is the blue housing, and the blue states aren't going to be funding the red states. Okay, so you just do what you're doing here. Your housing should cost $7,000 a month for a studio.
I'm okay with the discrimination against things that are choices. Discriminating against people of things that you can't change, like gender, race, religion. Well, you can change your religion, I guess. Those things I'm not okay with. But things that you can choose, as in who you vote for. Having a child is sometimes a choice. There are abortions that exist. Like things that you have a choice in doing. I'm okay with discriminating against that.
Mm-hmm. I would like it.
I call it separation now.
Right. When I was looking for my house, I went to a community and I got Republican vibes from it, and I didn't buy my place there because of that. And it was a couple of places like that where I felt like they were giving me certain type of energy because I came in there in this skin, which is black. So like they were giving me very much not fucking with you energy, and it was giving very Republican, and I was like, I don't want to live here, and I can sense this already. And regardless of how nice the house was or whatever the case may be, I was like, I'm not gonna stay here because I feel like I would have to put hands on someone in this community. So if I get that kind of vibe, I had good vibes.
Seriously, I feel like we would have less Karen things going against black people. Be like, do you live here?
Right.
How long you been living here? Where's your apartment?
It's not your goddamn business. Right. Here. Let me tell you something.
I've never seen you. I've been living here for 20 years.
My gated community big as hell. Okay. There are neighbors who've been living next to me for 5 years. I've never seen their faces, and they don't know. I never come out the house, so they wouldn't know my face.
They're NPCs to me. They don't exist.
They don't exist. And so
I would have no idea.
I could live there another 15 years and not know these people, and it would be perfectly normal to me because I don't like to go outside, and I don't like people, and I don't want to meet anybody. No. So we're not, back in the day, people used to, when they moved in somewhere, they used to carry stuff over and gift baskets and welcome neighbors. Wagon. Yeah. We don't do that type of shit anymore, and I'm not going to. And so the only time I met my neighbor was because there was some work being done in my house, and I knew it was going to be loud, so I came to let her know, like, I apologize in advance for this loud ass work that is about to be going on. But outside of that, I haven't met them. So it would be crazy to me if I was driving in my community that I've lived in since 2020 and somebody came by and was like, do you live here? I'm immediately, first of all, why are you answering white people?
Yeah.
Who are they? Are they the police?
No.
Who the fuck are you?
Are?
I'm not answering anybody who doesn't have authority over me, and you don't. Yeah. So the very moment, do you live here? Do you live here?
Right. Who are you? Never seen you.
Who the fuck are you? I've never seen you before.
Right, exactly. Two can play this game.
Are you? Did you?
And also, I'm done talking with you. I'm not going back.
Right. I'm not like. Did you? I'm gonna make you feel like you're the one in the wrong because I'm gonna be like, well, did you sneak in here? Like, I'll be like, do you have a gay code? I'm immediately gonna turn around and act like you don't belong here.
I will answer to people that I have to answer to, and it ain't you, baby.
Why are you even answering these people? Y'all be entertaining these shenanigans all the time for nothing, and it's absolutely crazy. But
yeah, so other places that we feel should be child free is the airport, airlines, I would like to be on a child-free flight. I'm okay with being
Airport
on
is hard.
airlines.
Airlines.
Yeah, airlines, not the airport.
Okay.
Just the airlines.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Airlines,
Yes.
yes. There should be some y'all's kids be loud on airplanes, and it's fair because your ears are popping.
I get
Airplanes
it.
are not comfortable.
It's not.
Especially
It's
for
not fun for
babies and
kids.
stuff.
They're
They're
long.
tiny. It's a lot.
You can't move. You're sitting in a seat for 5 hours
Right.
sometimes. I get it. I do. I understand.
But
I'd rather not.
to not have to do that.
Your kid will be
Also-
sleeping and hitting you, and kids don't understand personal
Right,
space,
they don't.
so they be all up in your seat. You be like, yo.
It's very disrespectful. But also, a lot of y'all who have kids think that the world owes you something for shooting that little buddy out of your snatch. And I just want to let you know, you chose that. You chose this life, okay? So a lot of y'all will get on these planes. You did not choose the seats. You didn't go pay online for the seats that you got. And now you'll get on these planes and find out, oh, these are the seats that we were assigned and they're not the seats that you want or whatever the case may be. And then you want somebody else who paid money for their seat to switch with you so you and your child can be comfortable or sit together or whatever when you didn't prepare. And that's some bullshit. And then you'll shame somebody like, I'm a mother. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm an auntie. What that mean?
There's so many mothers in the world.
I also have a mother. Like, so I don't care about none of that. I'm not going out of my way to assist you if you didn't prepare beforehand. And I told Jasmine this before. I have a nephew and he lived in a different state. He still lives in a different state, but he lived in a different state. And he used to come out here all the time and we would fly him back and forth. And when I'm flying by myself, I don't care about whatever seat I'm assigned. It's fine. I'm not going to pay extra for it because we were just going to California and the flight from Phoenix, California is 7 minutes long. So I'd be on this plane. If I'm sitting in the middle, I'm sitting in the middle. I would be fine with it. But anytime I was flying with my nephew, I paid the extra money to make sure we could choose the seats because I can't have my nephew just sitting next to us. We got to be sitting together, not aisle to aisle, because I don't want nobody sitting next to my little baby. I don't know these people. I need to be the only one sitting next to my nephew. And I'm going to prepare for that because that's my responsibility if I'm the guardian of this child at the present time. That's also your responsibility. If you're a parent, you need to pay the extra money prior to. And even if the airlines sometimes do this, they switch the seats because they did that to us twice. They switched the seats that we paid for, and once I got the little notification on my phone prior to getting on the plane, I went up to the desk and was like, "Hey, no,
It's not gonna work for me.
This is my little baby, and we have to be sitting together and don't play fuck ass games again." Okay, and I did it every time because I'm not taking any chances, and you shouldn't be taking chances. These are your children. You should be more responsible with these children. Also, husbands that sit in a completely different plane seat, far away from your wife and kids,
Too damn bad.
you're a piece
You're
of
also
shit.
a piece of shit.
Okay, and wives, don't let
them get away with that.
If they pick a seat that's far away, you take that. I'll sit back here. You sit with the fucking kids because you think this is a fuck ass game, and you think I'm gonna be putting up with these little snot nosed bastards all damn flight while you sit with earphones in and have a peaceful. You can fuck off. You will watch these little motherfuckers because you're the one that wanted to have sex. So you deserve to watch these children.
Yes.
So I'm not. So yes, airplanes. Absolutely, I pay the money. I pay the extra money to not have to be with these kids.
Yeah, it should just be everywhere. Like, I love adults only cruises. I love adults only resorts. That's all I try to find is adults only something.
Adults
Listen.
only everything.
It's my life. Because also, I am a believer of, and usually, I dress how I want to dress. I dress grown. And I know if I have to be around kids, I can't dress like that. I am not. I know a lot of people are like, well, you girl, you should be able to wear whatever you want, whenever, wherever. I don't think that adults should be overly sexual looking around children. I don't find that to be appropriate. Not that you're trying to be overly sexual or look a certain way, but children just shouldn't be exposed to your nips hanging out. I'm sorry. And so if I know there's going to be kids around, I have to dress a different way because I have consideration for a child's eyes. Okay? I don't think it's appropriate for children to see certain things at certain ages. They just should not know about that. It's not for them to be.
On that note, beaches too. There should be adults only beaches.
Yes.
Because a lot
And
of
not just the
these
nude
people
ones, because
be
sometimes
in
I don't
their
want to be on a nude
thongs and all.
beach.
I don't necessarily care to be on a nude beach. A lot of you don't look as good as you think you are to be naked. I don't. Also, I don't want anybody to see me naked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, thongs are a big thing too. Like I can't wear that if I know there's going to be children around. I'm not in my
so many of you are doing it now. Like thongs
so
made
much.
like a comeback. Like I wouldn't like you wouldn't.
And I don't know why they're awful.
They're awful, wildly uncomfortable. But you know what? If you don't have ass like that, it's probably not as bad.
Do what you want, I guess.
Do what you want. But if you don't have ass like that, it's probably not as uncomfortable as it is for those of us who do have ass. You know what I'm saying? But
I look like I was naked. But
no, she absolutely. She dragged that wagon. She would look like.
Like, is there any fabric? No, there's not.
It's not. But nothing. It's nothing but cheeks. Okay.
I'm like most of my swimsuits become thongs because it's just what happens. I can't do
It is what it
anything.
is. It's
But, like I swear I didn't buy a thong.
Right.
But
So yeah, there should be more places like that, and y'all got to stop being upset about it. And I said this yesterday, but I think the underlying reason, to be honest, that a lot of you guys get upset when we say we want these places is because
you want to have fun too. You want to be around us. You want
no,
to.
my thing is that, but I think you're upset that we're having so much fun because you've been told since we were children, all of us have been told that all that matters is having kids and growing. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get older, you're supposed to have children and do whatever. And that's fine. Okay. Those of us who were like, yeah, no, we don't want to do that.
Sounds awful.
To the people who have kids, we're supposed to be sad and miserable and lonely and all that kind of stuff. And we're not. And that's upsetting a lot of you because you don't believe that people who are child-free could be happy for real. So when we're saying like, not only are we happy, we would like to be even happier at other places.
Yes.
It upsets you greatly because now you're realizing like I could have also been happy without this child.
Hello.
And so it's upsetting.
Yes.
And that's why you guys get mad when we say like we would like some more child-free places.
And I feel like it's coming because now the rates are changing. The birth rate is declining. And we are now in the majority. There's 52% of people, women now, I think ages 21 or 18. What is it? There's way less teenage pregnancy. I think it's 75% down. So kudos to us to getting rid of that young and pregnant bullshit. That teenage pregnancy on MTV scared me straight. Okay? That was some bullshit. I don't know why we had little 13, 14-year-olds having babies. That was wild behavior. So I'm glad that's declined. And then now there's just more of us. That just happened this year, and I feel like as the years go on and we keep being in the majority, more of these things are going to start happening. People are going to be like, you know what, actually this should be child free. Like we should have better spaces for this. Right. So yeah.
And I think there should be, even in the senior citizens places, I think there should even be like a senior citizen community that is just for people who are child free because they're, seniors. Exactly. Yeah. Because they're senior citizens places where their children and grandkids and stuff. And first of all, a lot of y'all don't even be going to see those people. They just be in there wasting away. You don't give a fuck about these people. But there's places where people are going to do that. But they're, if there's a whole group of people who didn't have kids and stuff, it's like, okay, well, this is a community where we would more depend on each other, take care of each other.
Oh, for sure.
And all that kind of
stuff. Yeah, because they're like, what's your plan when we get older? I got friends.
I have friends. It's going to be this. It's going to be this. Still recording. Okay, still eating, drinking, and being petty. Well into our 90s. Okay, that's what it's gonna be. Okay.
If I can't start taking care of myself, I'm moving in with one of my friends.
Right. That's really it. It's probably gonna be the plan. We'll be in Japan or China.
Yeah.
We won't still be here, but we'll be moved into another place, enjoying our lives. But we're not. Yeah. It's, and like we stated before, that's a selfish reason to have kids.
It is.
Having kids because you're worried about what's going to happen to you in the future is a
terrible reason.
Also having a nephew. So that's why my brother had a child. So good on you. Okay. And he'll take care of me when he's older, or his kids will. He said he wanted 4 kids. I was like, absolutely not.
He's a single child.
He's a single. He has no
He doesn't
idea.
know. That was my mom too. She was a single child, and then she had 3 kids, and she was like, "What the fuck?"
He will have one child and be like, I
And
don't
be done. Yeah.
This is trash. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, you just didn't grow up with nobody.
Mm-mm.
You didn't have
no idea.
siblings.
Also, you don't. He already a cheater. So as soon as he started realizing he got to spend extra money on these kids, he'll be like,
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have that. Yeah, let us have things. Okay, let child-free people have things. Let us be happy.
I don't know why this is a problem at all. I really don't see the issue with it. It's not like we're saying we're gonna go beat up your children for being in our faces.
Right.
Which, though, if they do come at me, my hands are rated E.
Listen,
But you better watch.
you
Don't play
should
these
say
games.
that. And this will be another topic for another time. But it was another thing you're saying. Y'all got to parent your goddamn kids and stop going to places where you're expecting other people to take care of your kids for you or parent your kids for you, letting these little motherfuckers
Minding
run
other
amok
people
and doing all kinds of shit because I will knock your kids' head off their shoulders. I just want you to know, I'm not here for the shenanigans. If your kid acts up around me, they get a whipping. That's really how black folks are raised, to be honest. It's like, if other black people see a black child acting up, they'd be like, "You're gonna get a whooping." Like,
It's not my
we used
business
to all-
until it becomes my business.
right. We used to all get whoopings from everybody in the community. You know what I'm saying? If we were caught doing stuff, we would get in trouble everywhere from every person we talked to, and then other people would know about it because their parents have big mouths and they would tell on us.
Absolutely.
And by the time you saw that person, they'd be like, "I heard you was out here with the bullshit." You'd be like, "I literally just didn't do the dishes. I don't understand why. That's me the way. She's so dramatic." Like, so we used to get in trouble all the time, and y'all don't do that anymore. And you should, because I'm a soccer kid. Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, yeah. I think that's mostly it for this topic. Just let us have things. It'll be better for both sides, to be honest. Because yeah, I don't want to live with pedophiles either, but I'd rather them not be around your kids.
Period.
So they can be around me where I can knock their heads between the washer and dryer and defend myself, a child.
Because I also have to keep an eye out. Like, by the way, like, people who are not about that pedophile life are always like keeping an eye out for if we feel like some shady shit's going on, because I'm gonna be like, how many times have I grabbed kids and been like, what's going on?
You know this, man?
Right,
I don't
exactly.
think
I don't think you fucking know this, man. Or like, hey, you're not paying attention. Your baby's around the corner. Can you fucking focus up here? So we have to take that responsibility on ourselves, and I don't like that. I don't want it. So, okay.
All right, guys. Well, on to the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those things, whatever, follow, whatever it's this post on. We're on all the things. So
All the things.
do all the things on all the things. Thank you.
That's it. Do all the things on all the things. Until then, eat,
Drink.
be petty.
There you go.